The dream is real. Ladies and gentlemen, it is your lifestyle specialist, Kenny Burns, reporting from Loveland, the loveliest love fest trees in the world. Yes, safe place, my safe place, your safe place. This is where the nucleus of the Kenny Burns Show comes out of, and I'm excited about episode 28. Did you feel the excitement, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, well, if you weren't excited about that, you're gonna be excited about my illustrious panel of superheroes today. Put your hands together for my baby, Dr. Sugar. Sugar, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you, KB?
I'm fine, baby. Your face just lights up my life, child. And Shelly B, how you doing? Beautiful.
Hello, brother. How are you?
Yes, honey. It is the flowers on the blouse, on the blousine that you are wearing. You feel bars. You like that?
Bars.
Huh? You like that? Start to show off with a little. Oh, I got some more hip hop for you. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt-N-Pepa and Heavy D up in the limousine. Yeah, that's the name of this episode. It was all a dream.
It was all a dream.
And I'm about to bust your balloon because you thought it was positive. But ladies and gentlemen, I can't help what's going on in the world. These people crazy. And I'm not gonna bust my gun, but that one time, Sugar, that's the only gun I'm gonna give you until the next one. But this, it was all a dream. But we was taught growing up is a lie. Ladies and gentlemen, what we were taught growing up is a lie.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie.
When the Dalai Lama did what he did the other day with these popes and these priests and these leaders of industry keep doing, child, I keep saying Sodom and Gomorrah, but it is.
Oh, damn the devil.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's crazy out here. Now, I want to preface the conversation, it was all a dream, by saying, we shall continue to dream. We shall continue to believe in the best of humans. We shall continue to have a positive outlook. But there's some addressing and some reorganizing that needs to go on. How are y'all feeling? I mean, we all just, it's been a week of that Dalai Lama thing and apologies, and I want to start with him because unbelievable. It was unbelievable. I'm talking about, he looked at the little boy. He sized the little boy up. Did you see him? And then he touched on his chest. And then he said, suck my tongue. And then kissed him in the mouth.
Nasty bitch.
Sugar, come on. You deal with kids every day. Come on.
So, I did a little deep dive.
Come on, please.
Because that's what I do.
Come on, dive.
As a reformed snooper.
And a doctor.
I just deep dive when I need to.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as it really grossed me out, it seemed like that's what he be doing, and ain't nobody stopped him.
No, I know, and that makes me Did you see me just ball up into a little roly-poly? Did you see me just oh.
It's definitely cringeworthy for sure, but I don't know enough to say that it's more than that.
No, but Sugar, to your point of he did it and it was comfortable like he normally do it. That just, I'm sorry, I gotta bust a gun. It just leads me to believe, and I'm a thoughtful human now. I want to listen, ladies and gentlemen, let's not act like we ain't said a verse out of the Dalai Lama's book or recited a hymn or wrote it in a text message. You motherfuckers be posting these flowers and shit and all the sunshine and waves and the thought and then you get a Dalai Lama quote. Don't act like you ain't been there. Huh? Don't act like you ain't been there. But then it's like,
I quote myself.
You right? Okay, quote yourself because you're a superstar. One time for sure. But I don't understand how comfortable he was. To your point, that Shelly, I want to know what you think. The man was so comfortable. It was like he got a cage of kids in the basement.
Oh, damn the devil!
Okay, so
that ain't
I just
funny,
imagine the cage of kids.
I mean, for real. Look, Tiffany just spit her coffee on the screen. But he did. But then tell me, he like he. Shelly, am I lying?
You're not lying. I believe that the pedophilia, the understanding of sexual disorder is truly misunderstood. And I think we've gotten to a place that once you've become a certain type of celebrity or once you've become a certain type of
I thought you said
figure,
with come. I was like, what the hell?
Damn the devil to hell!
Part of the discussion you talking about.
Here we go.
I'm sorry.
When you have become.
Okay. Pronunciate your words. Ain't that what you teach your students, Dr. Sugar? You teach your students to pronunciate so there's no confusion. I'm sorry, Shelly. Continue.
When someone
last one. I'm sorry. That was for. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Because what?
I'm sorry. Shelly, go ahead. Continue, please. I'm sorry.
When the individuals have gotten to a particular level in their, life, as far as becoming, an activist, or, we revere them. We use their language and everything. But do we really know them? Do we know what is truly functioning within their own household or village or whatever?
Yeah, he's living in the village.
I think it was too normal for him.
No, it was
it was a shock for us.
Yeah, it was crazy. And first of all, a round of applause for the beautiful lady, Shelly B from DC. But I really, it's confusing me. Your point, Sugar and Shelly out here, it was too comfortable. But then, you know what the crazy thing is? They tried to release a statement that really justified the action. Now let's go back into the before P. D. Do you know before PD is? Pedophile dominance. Okay, let's go before PD, pedophile dominance. Cause they outside, they out here. But when you go back to the story they gave, right? They gave a story about in culture there was a man with a black tongue and a Yamin, right? And then let's just scratch the Tibetan culture or whatever the culture he come from. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me if I said it wrong, but that's what I think in my mind. But then you think about the Romans. You ever heard them stories about the motherfucking Romans, child? And the gay sex and the things and all the things and the power over the peoples and you feel me? So I'm saying, and I want to say this for all my gay brothers and sisters, gay sex is, I'm not saying if you're gay, it's fine to have gay sex. I'm just saying the peoples in them, the storytelling, the histories, and the way that people got down, and the way that they bust.
It's not okay to take advantage of others.
You feel me? Thank you, Dr. Shirley.
That's what he tried to say, y'all. That's what he tried to say.
I'm because I don't want no smoke. And I want all the smoke. But you get what I'm saying? Like, and so when you go from culture to culture to culture, we've always had these super, like heathens, these super predators that exist, and they all were in a position of power. It's scary. No, and that's why this episode, it was all a dream. Because we grew up, man. It was all good, man. We ain't had no problem, man. We just want to go get some shoes, go to candy store. You know what I'm saying? We just want to be in the mix. We had no issues. But when you become an adult and you start questioning things because of the way your life is set up, you start questioning things because the things you thought were factual and actual are not your life and not your journey and your process and it's confusing. And listen, motherfuckers lose their mind out here dealing with all this shit, man. I can't, man. You know, they say, the Koreans just bust that missile. They bust that gun over there. You know what I mean? The people, they talking about getting people out. I'm like, wait, hold on. Like, we're not ready. But how do y'all feel about, and I really want to address this cultural hedonism.
Normalization.
I mean, this hedonism, because it's so sexually, ambiguous and also like reckless. Like people are blurring the lines of sex and children throughout history. Come on now.
There's a resort named hedonism.
No, I'm hip, but I'm just saying like this shit ain't right. You know when a child is undeveloped, R. Kelly, you know when,
yes.
You know what I'm saying? My mind's telling me no.
But my body's telling me yes.
You feel me? Take that. I'm not saying it because I like it anymore.
So the problem I think that we run into is we are judging people or thinking what is right and wrong based on what we know as normal. And what we see as normal and okay. But the other problem is they're judging what's right and wrong based on what they see as normal, what they see as okay. When
that's scary, Sugar.
In the scope of the human race and the scope of societal norms, we just don't have any consistency because, again, there's a lack of communication. There's a lack of understanding. We're just talking to people in order to. We're not really having conversations. We're waiting for someone to stop talking so we can talk back instead of listening to them. So we should listen to them.
Is that what you're saying? We should listen to the pedophile?
No. But I'm just saying, like, if this has been something that's normalized in their culture, it's better for us to get some understanding before we pass judgment. Not to say to agree with it, but to get some understanding. So like, it's never right for us, but that's something that hasn't been normal for us.
Yeah.
So like in different cultures, people get married younger.
No, I love that you brought that
younger.
full circle.
They are working.
Okay. Yes. Hearing you.
Yeah, they're working younger. They are not in school. Our school system is set up for people to be in school from 5 to 18.
Right.
Some people don't have that.
Right.
They don't have that luxury. So they move into adulthood in a different time span. And even though we're looking at them like, okay, they have not hit puberty. Some of them have earlier puberty because of their practices culturally.
Yeah. Heard you. A GOP lawmaker defends supporting a 12-year-old right to marry. Y'all heard about that? Okay. Now,
that's a mess.
No. Okay, but it's in line with what you're saying though, because when you think about and
it's not
clearly you don't believe that, but you are saying to hear people's thought process in why they're doing something. Okay. So what do you want to clarify?
What I'm saying is hear people that are not from the same culture.
No, with it. Heard
this
you.
is
Yeah.
This is in America. This isn't somewhere else. So that's not a typical practice in 2023 in America.
I got it.
That is not a typical practice. So that's not something that I need to listen to or understand. You did wrong. You crazy. Yeah. That's not okay.
Okay, well, let me bust that gun because I was shooting you all in your foot, not just your pinky toe. You had no toes when I was done with you at first, but I hear you. And I'm saying that to say, because when you look back in the day at Elvis Presley, when you look at Jerry Lee Lewis, when you look at a lot of black superheroes too. Don't let this go over your head now. Meemaw and them people. So I'm talking about the elders. They was, you know what I'm saying? That it was going down. You know what I'm saying? But I can hear what you're saying, Sugar, and not in agreement at all. But I can hear what you're saying as in you marry someone 14 years old. I'm not condoning this. And they still was married 62 years later. You know what I'm saying? Or there, and I'm not talking about no, I'm talking about 20, or however old those people were, by example. I'm speaking about what I've read and heard. I'm not speaking about anything being cool. Let's say what I mean. I want you to hear what I'm saying and what I mean. Yeah. I am also saying that the majority of people in this position, you know what I'm saying, fucking children, okay, you nasty, dirty, stanky fucking scumbags.
I'm gonna tell like it is.
They raping them. They doing it without it being in the, you know what I'm saying? They doing all these things behind closed doors, what makes you a pedophile and a horrible human. Mm-hmm. First of all, you shouldn't be doing it, in my opinion, unless you're grown. You know what I mean? You gotta have 18 plus year old. They gotta be maturity. Maturity is the thing. You know, people be talking about, well, such maturity, the body was all, and then the mind, they seem to, no, they're children. They are not developed. They are not culturally aware enough. They are not experienced enough. They don't have enough life lived for you to be involving them or equating them as an equal. Sorry. But it's just.
Sorry.
Yeah, not sorry. Right, facts. I'm sorry. Let me bust that. I'm not busting it no more. I promise. I know you on my head and my auntie.
No, do your thing.
You love me? Okay, thank you. You love me? I've been hitting Jessica with that shit. She be like, boy, would you stop? You love me? You love me? That meme got my heart.
Annoying.
Yeah, so Shelly, like, baby, talk to me. Because I feel culturally, we are accepting way too many things that ain't it. It's like we accepting it because, no, that's not what we doing. How do you feel about that?
So I want to go back to when you said, are we supposed to listen to the pedophiles?
Fact.
And
I don't want to hear shit.
The answer is actually yes.
I don't want to hit no. How? You're sick.
We have to listen to them to know where this is coming from. Okay. We have to understand. Mm-hmm. You know, everybody can say science. Everybody can say scientifically. You know, I got an article, USA Today, from last year, and it's saying that one of the most significant findings is that scientists who study the disorder say that pedophilia is determined in the womb.
Wow. Through
environmental factors that may influence whether someone acts on the urge to abuse.
Wow.
So yes, we have to listen to the person that has done this, or we won't understand where it's coming from, how it developed, and what made you do it. What was the trigger that made you do it?
Yeah. So, are y'all about any? I don't know this. I'm not trying to be weird. Are y'all bisexual? Have you ever had a gay thought in your mind and acting on it?
Not my thought. Not my thing.
Not your thing. Okay, Shelly, have you?
It's not my thing.
Okay, but look, Tiffany just looked at me like. So Tiffany, come over here for 2 seconds, Tiffany, and I
not
need
your
you on
story to tell.
No, yeah, because I don't want to. I want to have representation. That's my whole goal in life. So Tiffany, you're bi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on in the camera, baby. Come get your face in. So you're bi, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So if Shelly or Shelly had a gay thought in their life, which I'm sure they had a gay thought. Not that y'all thought about being with a girl, but maybe it just popped in your mind like, damn, she cute. I wonder what, no, okay, maybe. But my thing is like, you don't just act out on things you think about. You have to be that way, right?
Facts.
You don't you have to be that way?
You have to have the. Are you saying you have to have the desire?
Yeah, you have to act on something. There has to be something in you that pushes that button. And I'm saying that to say, like, even though you might have had a gay thought drunk and you kissed a girl on the mouth, like, I'm just saying, I know plenty of women. Don't you know plenty of women that
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that?
So for me, I believe that what Shelly was saying scientifically is facts. There's some people that are predisposed because of genetics, because of trauma, for whatever reason, or just that's just how their family is. They may, be attracted to children or cross-dress, because we said that about, we learned that about Dennis Rodman. However, while we get that understanding, the problem, and I think KB's point is that we can't always go like, well, we have this understanding, so let's just make it okay, like these children's sex dolls and all this stuff to make this stuff go away. It's
right.
Like we have to then say, okay, we understand it, but motherfucker, you still dead ass wrong. You gotta go to jail. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Or figure out some way to, because that's the issue. Just like I have a problem with being a bisexual woman when people try to then lump pedophilia in with LGBTQAI. Those are two different things. One group says two consenting adults can have sex the way they want, and another group says, I want to be able to have sex with children because this is weird just like that. It's like, no, one is natural because we're all grown. The other one is you want to pick children out of a school. You know what I mean? So
and thank you, baby. High five, round of applause for 2 times. There we go. Round of applause for my baby. That's Tiffany Hamilton Burn. But that's exactly true. So you gonna make it all right? You gonna make it a thing because such and such feels this way? No, certain things in your body tell you to do things. You be like, nah, immediately, right? Like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. You know you gonna go. You thinking about every possible thing to not go to jail and not do the crime, hopefully. But you get what I'm saying. Like, I don't think people really put things in perspective. Okay, motherfuckers got urges. You can't tell me people don't have urges. Urges are, you think I'm married 24 years. You have urges. You have like things that are beautiful, but yeah, you just certain things you can't do unless you want X, Y, and Z to come from it, right? And there's for every cause there's I was about to say erection. And a reaction. I didn't mean. Where is this conversation going? So all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, y'all, we have to be more diligent with that, because I feel like we are accepting. I think we all agree we're accepting too much. No, you gotta go to jail. Matter of fact, even no, listen, man, because there's no order. Without order, we cannot be a fucking flourishing people. You cannot have how many of y'all, I swear to God, everybody had the fucking freak in their neighborhood. It was somebody in their neighborhood, you stay aware, go around Miss Willis' house. Mr. Willis crazy as a motherfucker. You know they say they got kids in the basement. I mean, everybody, am I lying? Everybody growing up in the 70s.
Am I lying?
No. Anybody born in the 70s, I'm making a blanket statement because I believe this wholeheartedly be true. Anybody born in the 70s grew up on a block or in a neighborhood where you had to stay away from a certain house or individuals that were at said house. It's just a fact, because you heard that there was some things going on that you just wasn't, and then that also let the rest of the neighborhood know, watch out for Tony, Tommy, Keisha, Jamal, and everybody else on the block, because Mr. Willis' house, and that's a fake name to protect the people's, but the thing is, everybody had a Mr. Willis. You know what I mean? I never forget this. Y'all love story time. I'm gonna tell you, a time I could have been kidnapped and fucking drugged and fucking raped and some more shit. Literally, I was in Detroit, Michigan. And my cousin Leo Williams, y'all know Leo, my brother, my right hand, my heart. So, you know, I used to stay with him and his mama and them. My mama just got rid of me for one little time. It was small, it was young. She had to get some things together, whatever. So I went to live with them in Detroit. So I'm on this block. Now, mind you, ladies, I'm 10, 11 years old. Purple Rain had just came out. I'm starting to feel sexual, but I ain't all the way in my bag. You know what I mean? Like damn, you know, it's going down. Shit, I'm something, woman, I need, you know, should I kiss? Oh, put finger pop. You know what I mean? I'm in my, is this the thing? Suck a titty. You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, there's this guy that apparently knows Prince. Yeah, he's on the block. He apparently knows Prince. And he finds out that I'm a Prince fan. So this nigga had us in the basement one day, and he literally wanted to measure our dicks.
I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yes, he wanted to measure and so me and my cousin, like, nigga, we will fuck you up, nigga. Like, fuck you talking about, got up out the situation. But imagine a person. Now, this is a grown motherfucking man, teenager. I mean, he had to be 19, 20, 21. If we 10, he's definitely a dub, 10 years older, a decade older. So imagine a person that's not like aware of his surroundings. Not really, you know what I'm saying? Oh, drink this Coca-Cola that's already opened. Drink this Kool-Aid. I'm just saying, you never know. Me and Leo could have been hog-tied in the motherfucking basement today.
Hog-tied?
I don't know how to hog-tie people. What would I hog-tie?
I'm just saying, these motherfuckers crazy.
But we all have been to a family reunion, be it your own family or be it somebody else's family.
Uh-oh, here it comes. Storytelling with Shelly.
And that one auntie say, don't go over there to that table. You stay yourself right on over here. Because there's somebody that may not be quite right. And, Shell started popping out at like 8.
Yeah.
Like, don't you go over there. You come over here. You stay on this side.
Yeah.
I remember one time I went to a birthday party. That literally rode my bike to the party. And my mom said, which means it's close enough to my house that I could go home. She said, listen, the party is outside. If you need to go to the restroom, come home.
Right.
Do not go inside the house at all, ever.
That's right.
In your life.
That's right.
I said, yes, ma'am.
No, listen, and the scary thing, y'all, is that all of us have been one move away from some bullshit. But you had this, you had these neighbors, you had these people that really gave a fuck. You even had the kids more aware. You know what I mean? Your friends, like people, I'm sure you done been around some people that, girl, don't do that. Do that one right there, how you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We always were very aware kids, and I was always around kids that were aware, like, don't you, girl, no, don't go over there. Don't get in the car with them. Don't do this, don't do that. He's weird and his daddy is weirder.
Come on. All right, I want you guys.
When it runs in the whole family, that's where the problem is.
Yeah, stay away from Mr. Willis and them. All them motherfuckers lined up. They got a lineup. They was in the lineup.
That's why it's very believable that people are predisposed to things genetically.
Yeah. No, I get it. And I have a level of empathy for someone that cannot control themselves. But then I also have no empathy for someone who does it and doesn't get the medication, get the parameters, the goddamn padded walls, the handcuffs, whatever it is to keep them from doing it. So let me bust that gun for the ones that need to get hit with it. I want to first and foremost have all my nieces, nephews, and my youngers that listen to this podcast, please take that information and do with it what you will and spread it to your friends, because y'all playing with drugs and gummies and all types of things. You don't know what is in this shit. So I'm gonna leave that there.
Let's pause.
Yes.
Let's pause.
Come on.
Let's pause right there, because the thing is, I literally work with 7th grade students all day, every day.
Yes.
And they are experimenting with things. They don't know where they're getting them from.
Right.
They don't know what it is. They buying pre-rolls.
Yeah, what is that?
So it's just like, you don't know where it came from. You really don't know who you're getting it from.
Yeah.
You are, and they don't know where they're getting it from, because they about your age. maybe give or take 2 or 3 years, you have no idea. You don't even know who it is.
Yeah.
You're communicating anonymously via DM. Like, you have no idea what is going on.
Fact.
So, I mean, y'all, like, literally, whenever things come through the school, if they get caught, they have to be tested.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had somebody get tested and it had PCP in it.
Yeah,
like,
fentanyl, they lacing it with
idea.
everything. Yeah, no, they listen. And then the thing they don't understand, Sugar, is that these people are trying to create these habits for you. You trying to get a little buzz because you run around here thinking it's cool and you want to get the asphyxiation and smoke won't say you did it. But fuck around, your first puff, you be hooked.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
This episode of The Kenny Burns Show is brought to you by Mickey D's. The realest conversations always happen in the Mickey D's booth. Oh, baby, I want extra pickles. Yeah, that's right, extra pickles. And then give me a chocolate milkshake and add some vanilla and strawberry. All the best nights out in with the bite from Mickey D's. Jessica, I can't feel my face. Please, let's go by McDonald's. A full car ordering in the Mickey D's drive-thru is just the right amount of chaos. Excuse me, I said I wanted the quarter pounder of cheese.
You said filet of fish.
I'm telling you right now what I want. A full car of
what you want
in the Mickey D's drive-thru is just the right amount of chaos.
What you want, Kenny?
I want a Big Mac meal, 10-piece nuggets, and 2 milkshakes.
He wants a big...
And a filet of fish.
Boy, what you want?
Mickey D's is the affordable answer to taking the whole family to dinner. Everyone's got their own Mickey D's moments. Go on and make more delicious memories today. I just learned Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome. At the end of your first year, they automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right. Everything you earn doubled. All the cash back from eating at your favorite soup dumpling restaurant. Doubled. All the cash back from that trip where you sort of learned to snowboard. Also doubled. And the best part, you don't have to do anything ridiculous to get it. Nope. Discover does it automatically. Seriously though, see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match.
1 in 8. That's how many people have worked at McDonald's and where some have continued their career. Where graduates of McDonald's Career Online High School program are now role models leading the next generation. Where aunties, uncles, cousins, and communities learn skills they can use in every aspect of life.
Hi, welcome to McDonald's.
1 in 8 have worked at McDonald's, and where you start stays with you.
I want to continue the conversation with It's All a Dream. This is episode 28 by saying, you know, we've all seen what went on, but in Nashville, these representatives, right? One was from Memphis, one was Nashville. And I'm looking at the way that we are showing up as leaders. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we all know that we need to see that. We need to see what happened. We need to see that clearly on every single level, which we've been telling you since goddamn Clinton, okay? And I'm talking to my generation specifically, you 70s babies. We've been talking about this shit and how it is important to vote on every level of government, right? So boom. We get this sign. I was talking to Jessica about it, right? And it's good that, you know, social media, we have that. And we're trying to figure out, honestly, y'all, me and Jessica, and I want y'all to be a part of this. So I'm going to say me, Jessica, and the nation. We're trying to figure out how to use social media so it doesn't continue to possess our minds, but continues to get, you know, inform us, impact us, and inspire us. Because it can do that, right? So with that said, we see this, you know, going on. These representatives got expelled from a session because they wanted to stand on the right side of history, right? So with that, you know, with that movement, with that boldness, with, you know, with that, you know, tenacity, we stand with them. We want to be heard. But ladies and gentlemen, is it me or is it when someone gets a taste of that motherfucking light or that celebrity, the message tends to lessen and the notoriety seems to grow? I'm not trying to bust a shot for violence. I'm just busting a shot for inflection because this is where we go wrong, black folk, white folk, every folk. This is where we go wrong. That light hit us and we see we have, you know, another level of notoriety and we don't look at the message, man. The message start getting diluted. And I'm not saying these brothers are wholeheartedly doing that. I am saying, though, going on every talk show, every blog, to amplify something we clearly saw. Is the message getting lost in this type of activity? Shelly, we start with you and then Sugar, please bring it back. I need to know. I got to know.
It's been getting lost. Just the way that the media is today.
Right.
Shout out to my homegirl, Tammy Sawyer, who was like, I got to go back home.
Yeah.
Because I need to be on the ground to see what is happening in Memphis. I need to be on the ground to see what's happening in Nashville. I need to see just what's happening, period.
Yeah.
So that I can tell the real story of what happened that day when the vote went down, and then the actual, what it takes to get them back reinstated.
Right.
Now will come the second part of it, the shine. As we're going to say, the spotlight.
Here comes the lights, action, Hollywood. Here comes the lights, action, Hollywood. I like that.
There it is.
Okay. But it takes over. Sugar, what you think, baby?
It just it takes off and takes over.
Yeah, Sugar, talk to us.
So one thing that I'd say is, first of all, it was hard to watch.
Uh-huh.
I just thought that it was just crazy. Like the point of them being there is to do what they were doing.
Right.
So whenever they are trying to be silenced, it just made me feel like, oh my God, are we going 10 steps back instead of 2 steps forward?
Right.
So to your point, KB, it's an interesting dynamic whenever people are seen more in the spotlight, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes they do have to tailor what they say to be more palatable for the masses, unfortunately. But I don't know. I'm hoping it doesn't happen to the extent to which it could happen. Yeah. Because I know that Justin Jones has been reinstated. Yeah. A black judge who I know reinstated him.
Dope.
Well, I know her sister. I don't know her, but she reinstated him. So, like, I'm just hopeful more than I am scared.
Yeah, no, I love that. And heard you too, Shelly. The thing for me is that being a outspoken person for my culture, I try in every moment to add, some type of perspective or give answers to questions that are to information that is unclear, or to, inspire, or to ignite, a feeling, or, things that I really gathered and learned from the civil rights movement. And when I look at the civil rights movement, though, we didn't have this many speakers. Ladies and gentlemen, we did not have this many talking heads. And I feel like when you have people like AOC, you can say what you want about her. She lives it. She lives it. She don't just live it. She busts that verbal gun all the time. Like, I'm talking about in a way that she is calling it out, putting it in perspective, all the things I just mentioned. But then when you look at others, it's definitely a lot of, there are a lot more good representation there than there is bad. That's why we don't hear from a lot of those superheroes. They're doing the work, right? They're behind the scenes. They get these jobs and they go into the work mode. And that's the even thing I love about Jon Ossoff. Like, it's the work. It's the Kenny. He called me the other day. You good? Anything you need in Georgia? Those are the things we need done. All this extra, like publicity to further a personal agenda, it just worries me. It worries me because I don't ever want it to be flip-flop where there's more, hype beasts than there are actual, political beasts. I love the fact that Obama was a political beast. He could talk your head off, make you believe whatever, but then also try to implement it. He could not do everything he wanted to do, but it was passion matched with the purpose. These agendas are they make me nervous, Shelly, and I see you got something to say.
Because I have been wanting to say this for a very long time, and I did not know what platform I was going to be able to say this on.
Duh. You have the mic at least twice a month here.
Clean the mic off because I'm getting ready to say something that's going
get it, baby.
Piss some people off.
Do you want me to bust a gun?
Bust a gun.
Okay, bust a gun. He's choosing violence verbally.
I'm choosing I'm choosing violence today with this. We have all these individuals that decide to run for office.
Yes.
We have all of these individuals that become popular in the celebrity space and in the entertainment spaces.
Factual.
And you stay in those spaces. And you do not do enough within a community without the cameras. Then you wonder why you don't get the votes.
Right.
And I can point the finger at people in Georgia. I can point the finger at people in DC. I can point it all over.
Amen.
This is why we're in the we're having the problems that we're having today, because that community grass work, the grassroots work that needs to be done is not being done.
Facts.
The DNC can't figure it out. The GOP can't figure it out.
Facts.
Okay? I have been wanting to say that, and I don't mean to talk about this one particular individual, but you wonder why you did not get the Hispanic vote. You didn't get the Hispanic vote because you didn't do the work in the Hispanic neighborhood. So they weren't going to vote for you. They were going to vote for the Republican.
Right. So. Sugar, you look like you was patting your chest and getting
Well, I was just agreeing because it's just ridiculous and actually like it's disheartening because people don't really have the heart to do it. They're just here. Like Shelly and like you were saying, they're here for the photo ops. They're here for, I did this, pats on the back. And I say this every episode probably. People don't know who they are, so they don't have the right drive. Fact. They don't have the right incentive. They don't have the right intrinsic motivation to do the thing for the right reason. They're doing the thing just because. They don't really know. And the thing is, you cannot keep acting without knowing what you're acting for. You have to begin with the end in mind. Like, what are you working towards? What's wrong with you? It's because you just out here. It's like you know you want to eat, right?
Yeah.
You don't know what you want to cook, but you just standing in front of the stove.
You hungry.
You just doing all kinds of things instead of knowing what you want, planning it out, laying out your ingredients, cooking it, getting to your meal. Now you still hungry because your butt standing in front of the stove and ain't open the refrigerator.
Hello, been snacking all the whole time. Didn't commit. I love that. And it's just so amazing. You said grassroots, Shelly. You said intrinsic
motivation.
Yeah, like my thing is like, I was on the Non-Negotiable podcast. I don't know if you guys got a chance to hear that phenomenal conversation, and we were talking about the Sugar shaking her head at me. We were talking about church, right? Right. So I kept saying, what would Jesus do? Y'all out here preaching, y'all not acting like Jesus. Y'all not acting like Jesus. Now, mind you, I'm no judge and jury, and we all know I got my flaws, and I'm not perfect. But damn it, perfect is the goal. Perfect is the goal in life. If you start out a certain way and you want to be something else, to get to that place, you have to change, right? But then also too, in public service, ladies and gentlemen, it is about the service. Shelly, you hit it on the head. Y'all out here photo opping the fuck out of us. Y'all out here contenting us to death. I don't even know if contenting is a word, but you're contenting us to death. And I get it. Yes, social media is a place where you can actually go from zero to hero. Yes, absolutely. But where's if I go through Instagram one more time and just see a motherfucker that looks non-authentic talking about some financial advisory advice. If I flip one more time and seeing somebody under 20 talking about some shit that you need to be on earth 50 years to talk about, it's gonna make me
lose my mind.
Do it, Sugar. Gonna make me lose my mind up in here, child, cause it's unfathomable that these people go into these positions that hold this level of responsibility, but yet you cannot meet the demand of the responsibility. We demand, if you are in public office, if you're my preacher, I demand you to be godlike. Nobody's God, but I demand you to not cheat on your motherfucking wife and fuck the congregation and do all the shit y'all be doing. And I'm not saying everybody, but I'm demanding that of you. And if you are in public office, you're here to serve the community. I'm demanding these things of you. And if you are not willing to do them, we shall find someone that is.
I'm with you when you're right.
I'm demanding this. I'm not asking this of you. I have to have it. And ladies and gentlemen, Shelly, if you got something to say it. But if you are literally choosing this big shout to Naila Indari. She did one episode many moons ago, 20-something years old activist. She's calling me because she wants to, but they don't have a social justice. I need that energy. I don't need you. And she fine. And can put that shit on. And her whole crew be putting that shit on, flying around the world. But she don't give a fuck about none of that shit because that's what she like to do. She about this activism. She about this social justice. You can be many things, ladies and gentlemen, but the one thing you got to be is what you commit to. You got to be that. You can be all other things too. But when you sacrifice the thing for the thing, you're a contradiction. You're a walking contradiction. Please, Shelly.
Let me sum that up.
Hold on. Let me just give myself some air horns. One gun. One buckshot.
Somebody get him.
Shit.
When there is no responsibility in the oath that you have taken. Are you responsible for that oath? Not the vote.
Yeah.
Not the fact that you got elected.
Yeah.
But that oath that you have to take. What is your responsibility in that?
What is it? It was all a dream.
It was all a dream.
It really was all a dream. Everything we knew as children in the purity of not having no responsibilities is not the real world. And if I'm spoiling it for you, Generation Z, I'm not sorry. I want you to get a grip on reality. I want you to know what you're in store for. Because you part of either the problem or the answer. Okay? And this is to all you people out here in public office. You part of the problem or you part of the answer. And then let me tell you what else comes with growth and being grown. The motherfucking truth. The truth ain't never been as big of a presence or shadow in your entire life. You can't live it. You can try to live in the lie if you want to.
There it is. Because it's going to catch up with you.
Oh, it's around the corner. It's everywhere you go. And the thing
it's actually not going to catch up with you. It's right here.
It's in you. It's that in you.
It's like your shadow. You're not going to shake it.
You can't shake it. You can't run. You can't go nowhere. I wanna say this, and this is an amazing conversation. As we round this conversation up, it was all a dream. We touched on our superheroes, our responsibility of our superheroes and of ourselves. Because what I'm starting to see in the nation, and I don't know if y'all peeping this, but we are not really just talking about how society is shaping up. We're talking about how we're shaping up. And I think through this shaping process, we get into some action. We get into some, you know what I mean? Like this is I literally like, I'm amazed at how many people listen to the podcast. Not amazed in the sense that like I didn't build it for people to come, but it's like when you can get quotes, when you can get from not just me, from y'all, people will come to me, yeah, that such I ain't even know woo, and then that's amazing. But if we can do it, why can't you politicians do it? If we could do it, why can't you preachers do it? It's only self-reflection, because self-reflection will hold you responsibility. Hold you accountable. And will it not? Is it me? Is it me? Has this not been a reflection of you? Like this, all these conversations are a reflection of us, because we want to see it in ourselves too, right? So as we button up this conversation, I want to just give the nation, especially the Generation Z who's listening, like, we choose these things. We got to show up for them. How do you feel about that, Sugar and Shelly?
I take responsibility in my oath. Mm-hmm. Godmother.
I hear the baby in the back. Tell Uncle Kenny, say, what's up? I love you.
He is staring at me with this goofy little smile because I've spoiled him rotten.
Yeah.
But I take responsibility in what I have to do. I take responsibility in the community that I live in.
Yeah.
And I appreciate how I was raised, and by the parents and the grandparents and the aunties and uncles and Miss Jones that lived in Marbury Plaza.
The village.
Just everything.
Yeah.
It was a true village, and I take from that as my responsibility of how I then need to be a part of the village.
Absolutely.
Do I get it right all the time? I do not.
Yeah.
But with the village that I have around me, they have allowed me to make the mistakes, prop me back up, and let's move forward. And unfortunately, a lot of what we're seeing, they don't have that village.
Facts.
They don't have the know-how to say, help me.
Yeah.
Or even understanding that they need the help. So.
Facts. Amen. Hold a round of applause for that. Yeah. Good job. Dr. Sugar, lay it on us.
So just kind of piggybacking on what Shelly said, they don't have the village because we haven't started early enough building relationships with them to build trust. They don't trust anybody. They don't think anybody has anything to offer them because nobody has taken the time to talk to them. But at the same time, sometimes the parents don't allow other people to talk to them so they can build trust. So they don't trust their parents. They don't trust people at schools. They don't trust people in their churches if they go. They don't trust people at the mosque. They don't trust people in Kroger. They don't trust anybody because they have not had the opportunity to build those relationships with others. So while I do think it is our responsibility to play our part, whatever it may be in whatever setting that we're in, we have to also be, like you talked about earlier, KB, self-reflective to make sure that we are progressing as people personally, doing the inner work. If that calls for having friends that hold you accountable, looking in the mirror and holding yourself accountable, going to therapy, seeking out legal counsel, seeking out spiritual counsel, whatever it is that you need to do it.
Yes.
And stop blaming the world for what you didn't get as a child.
Hold on, y'all. Woo! Yes, woo! Woo! I'm excited, y'all. Listen, y'all, hello. I want to say this. Vanity can be vicious. Okay? Woo! You hear me? Huh? Vanity can be vicious. And we cannot continue to let our vanity take us away from our purpose. You beautiful humans that run these races and get elected in these offices, that comes with responsibility. And we can no longer excuse the fact that you are in a business where as a human you could be as flawed as you want. But in this position that is not a full-time job for you, I'm talking about your 24 hours a day, you got this amount of time to be perfect in your actions. Try to be perfect in your actions. Why not try?
Calculated.
Why not try? You map your days out every single day. You have an agenda every single day. You tell me you can't cross the I's and dot the T's? It don't get no more perfect than that. It don't even get no more perfect for you to be perfect than that. You got a sermon to do, sir. Once a week. You got 2, 3, 4 other hours during the week. You might do Bible study. You might get some activity in the community. That's a total of 6 hours. I can't count. That's a total of 6 hours that you just need to be perfect in that time. You can't do that. We gotta not only hold ourselves responsible, but we have to also up the ante. I'm tired. The expectation's too low. We can't fix this if we don't be great, y'all. We cannot fix this if we don't be great. And I want to say this too. I am very thankful for the nation, man. Because in that vanity word, we ain't had no time to be vain the way we all met. And that's the purity in this relationship. That's why this will be my life's work. What comes from this will be my life's work because there's no vanity involved. Ain't nobody had time to be vain when we were trying to get through a goddamn pandemic and try to figure some shit out and try to really do something that mattered to you. I mean, how many people done changed direction in their lives, the way they live their lives because of what we created? I mean, lives changed. Thought it was over. Now they doing what they thought they could do. And even if they ain't jump all the way out there to their ultimate dream, they got a piece of something that's theirs. That's what this is all about. So I encourage everyone listening to evangelize this conversation, this movement. Please follow us at the Kenny Burns Show on YouTube and on Instagram. And without further ado, man, I love y'all. Like, I love these conversations. It was all a dream, but guess what? I'm gonna keep doing the work. I'm gonna keep dreaming. We gotta keep dreaming. We can't stop. We cannot stop. Yes, life is crazy. Sometimes make me want to move butt naked in the woods and just live off the land and not have to worry about nothing. Psych, I'm just playing. I don't want to do that. All right, I love you, Sugar. I love you. I love you, Shelly B. And on the count of 3, we're going to say our thing, all right? Get nephew involved. Can he say the dream is real? Can he say the dream? Get him up there. Come on. You ready, nephew?
Ready?
We're gonna say the dream is real on the count of 3, okay? 1, 2, 3. The dream is real. Yeah, look at your auntie like your godmama like she crazy. She can't even, damn it, say the thing in unison with her partner. I love y'all. Peace.
The dream is real.